Hey everyone, welcome back to another wonderful day of health. And today we are switching gears. We have been talking about physical activity and nutrition. We are moving on to talking about self-esteem today, and that's what we're going to finish up with today and tomorrow. Next week, then we move into our puberty unit, which is, I know, really exciting for all of you. And then next Thursday, we will have our final in health. So we're on the countdown, not many days left going on of health, and you need to make sure you're getting all those notes done and getting all those assignments turned in before the end of the semester, when they will no longer count towards your grade. So make sure we're sticking with this and still working hard. Self-esteem, another one of my favorite topics to teach and to talk about, something that I feel like most middle schoolers can struggle with a little bit, so something that is definitely important for people your age. So we're going to start here with our warm-up, and our warm-up says, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. So you're going to journal about what the above quote means to you and give an example. So you don't need to know exactly what the quote means. I want you to kind of think about it and try to decide what you do think it means. Journal about it means writing a sentence or a couple sentences and giving an example about what you think this quote means. Okay? So I'm going to help you break it down just a little bit. Feeling of inferior, the word inferior itself means below, not as good as, less than. Okay, so it says no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Consent is your approval, you saying yes, or you allowing something to happen. Okay, so that is consent. Consent is that you agreed to it, you allowed it, you said yes to this, it's something that you are on board with. So that's what the word consent means. Inferior means less than. So again, the quote is, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. So kind of journal about what the above quote means to you and give an example. Okay, so that's your warm-up. All right, here are our notes today. Self-esteem is how you feel about yourself. It involves your self-confidence and self-worth. People with positive self-esteem are more likely to avoid unhealthy or risk behaviors. All right, so let's just kind of talk about that for a little bit. How you feel about yourself. What do you feel like? Yes, I'm a good person. Yes, I make good choices. Yes, I do the right thing. I make people happy. It involves how you feel about yourself. I feel like I, give my best effort, and I, try to do the right thing, and I feel pretty good about overall how I am and what kind of person I am, how I treat others, how hard I work on things. Okay? Or is it something that you don't feel as good about? Okay, man, I'm not really good at this. I constantly failing tests, or I'm not very nice to others, or I'm constantly letting people down, and I just feel bad about myself, or I don't really like the way that I've been acting, or I don't really like the way that things have been going, or the things that I've been doing, right? So self-esteem can be positive, or it can be negative, and it involves how you feel about yourself. People with the positive self-esteem are more likely to avoid unhealthy or risk behavior. So when you feel good about yourself, you're way more likely to say, I don't think so. That's not something that I want to do, or I know that's something that's going to get me in trouble, or you know what? I feel good enough about myself. I don't need to make someone else feel bad. I don't need to bully them. I don't need to make fun of them. I don't need to do mean things, right? So when you're feeling good about yourself, it shows in the way that you carry yourself. You carry yourself with confidence. You carry yourself with pride. You are kind to others. You are helpful to others. You give your best effort, right? You're respectful when your parents are talking to you. Now, of course, everyone gets angry here and there, but it's your overall general presence. When you're feeling good about yourself, you're way less likely to do something that's going to put your health in risk, put your body in risk, right? So you're a lot less likely to do those risk behaviors. You're not trying to impress someone. You're not trying to get everyone to like you, because you already feel good about yourself and you already feel good about who you are. So you don't feel the need to do those things, okay? And sometimes people's emotions can kind of run away with them, like when you're feeling sad or upset, and you want to, like, when you're feeling upset and you just want to, like, break something or hurt something, right? Or when you're feeling sad, you want to, like, eat a bunch of ice cream or sit on the couch and not move for the whole day. So those are those unhealthy behaviors that can sometimes come when you're not feeling great about yourself, right? But when you're feeling good about yourself, you're less likely to engage in those behaviors, okay? Self-esteem can vary, can kind of, and you can be feeling bad one day, maybe feeling a little bit better the next day, but really with self-esteem, that's just the ebb and flow. There's an underlying, I usually feel pretty good about myself. I usually feel pretty confident in myself, comparative to the underlying, man, I never do anything right, or I never really feel good about myself, right? So you might have good and bad days in there, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have a low self-esteem, okay? So just be aware of that, okay? But on days that are hard, or when you do feel like maybe your self-esteem is lower, there are ways to improve. So ways that we can improve our self-esteem: recognize your strengths and weaknesses. 2 says say positive things about yourself. 3 is to be kind to others. 4 says not only are we going to recognize them, like up here in number 1, but we are also going to work on our weaknesses. We're going to eat healthy foods. We're going to exercise. You knew that was coming. And you're going to find things that make you happy and do them. Those things might include art, any type of creating or drawing. It might include dancing, playing sports, being outside, drama clubs, youth groups, theater, computers, coding, robotics. It can include any of those things. But find the things that you like and do them. Okay? So when you recognize your strengths and when you recognize your weaknesses, you already know. Okay, let me make sure you can see all these so you can write them down. These should be, all of this, everything today should be written down in your notebook, right? So when you recognize your strengths and your weaknesses, you already know what you're good at, and you already know what you need to work on and get better at. So that would allow you to set goals to improve your strengths and to improve your weaknesses, right? And when you set a goal and you achieve it, that's going to make you feel better about yourself. When you recognize there are things that are good about you and that you are already good at, you're recognizing these strengths right here, okay? You have something to feel good about. Right? If you think something's a weakness, we can kind of skip down here to number 4, and you work on it and you see improvement, that makes you feel good. You're like, yes, I was really struggling in math. That was making me feel bad. But these last couple weeks I've been really working on it and it's getting better, right? I've struggled with my anger management. I've been screaming at people, yelling at my parents, yelling at my teachers, but I've been working on it. I've been talking to people. I've been working on some stress management and some anger management techniques, and I haven't yelled at anyone in 2 or 3 weeks. So that makes you feel good, right? That is you working and recognizing your strengths and weaknesses and working on those weaknesses to be better. You always want to say positive things about yourself, okay? You really are, and I do truly mean this about all of you. There's something about all of you that I really enjoy. Some of you, it's your sense of humor. Others of you, it's how hard you work. Some of you, it's the amount of effort you give in PE or how competitive you are during PE. I love to see those competitive games. Some of you, it's you're determined. Some of you, you're strong-willed and you're independent. So there is something awesome literally about all of you, and something that I can see. And when you talk to yourself and you say those positive things about yourself, it starts to stick, right? It starts to make you feel good. You're like, yeah, I am competitive and I do enjoy working hard at things, right? I am a nice person. I do enjoy helping others and making them feel good, okay? So whatever it is, say those nice things. Wake up each morning and say something good about yourself, right? I'm a kind person. I'm going to have a great day today, okay? I'm a competitive person. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get every assignment done to the best of my ability today, right? Say those positive things. You say them out loud. It's okay. When you hear them, you're thinking them, you're hearing them. It's going to help make you feel better and help build that self-esteem. Okay, number 3 says to be kind to others. Let me flip you back around. So that's also really important in making you feel better. And I know some of you might be saying, oh, Miss Johnson, how does being nice to somebody who's mean to me all the time make me feel better, right? It just does. It just does, and I don't know how to explain it, but it just makes you feel better, right? When you know you've done the right thing, when you know you've been the better person and that your values and who you are is like above where they are, it makes you feel good, right? You cannot control the actions of somebody else, but you absolutely 1000% can always control how you react and what you do in return. No questions asked, okay? And when you rise above, it makes you feel good. And you might at the time, people might be like, oh, you wimped out, or you didn't do this, or I can't believe you let him talk to you like that. And I walked away feeling good about it. I'm not in the office. I'm not in trouble at home. I get to be in class and enjoy the rest of my day, and I'm not all stressed out about whatever just happened. So, and who really won there? Really? Like, you would rather be angry and upset, maybe crying and like fuming all day and be like, I can't believe this, and then they did it, and you really? You'd rather be like that all day long? It's just bringing you down. And it's just surrounding you with all of this drama and all of this stuff that just bogs you down and makes you feel bad. It's hard for me to believe that anyone would choose to want to have that all the time. You can be like, I'm not worried about you. Like, you have no effect on my being, right? Let them be mean. You're not mean. So who cares, right? Who cares? And just random kindness, right? When you're walking in somewhere, someone smiles at you, chances are you're going to smile back. Someone's like, hey, good morning. That kind of like boosts you up. You're like, yeah, hey, good morning, right? Have a good day. It makes you feel good. Your parents wake you up in the morning and like, come on, instead of being like, oh my gosh, get out of bed, let's go. If they're like, good morning, sunshine, like, I love you, wake up, let's go. Like, that starts you off in this good spirit because of the kindness, right? So when you're shown kindness, it makes you feel good. When you display kindness, it makes you feel good. So being kind to others, and I tell this to my own kids all the time, when you're nice, almost never are people going to be mean to you. Almost never. Now, there are some people out there that are going to be mean no matter what, because there's just those people in the world. But majority, and people want to be around you because they know you're not going to make fun of them. They know that you're not going to pick with them. They know you're not going to start any drama. Like, you can just be chill and hang out and just like have fun being kind, being nice. People want to be around that. People are drawn to that, right? So think about that, and it really does make you feel better, and it really will raise your self-esteem. Okay, exercise and eating right. We just talked a whole unit about eating good and exercising. There is nothing better. It releases endorphins and serotonin inside your brain. It makes you feel better. Like, there's no questions asked. It's a scientific fact. When you eat healthy food, your body releases healthy hormones and healthy chemicals throughout your brain that improve your mood. No questions asked. You feel better. You sleep better. You're nicer because of the hormones that are being released in your body. It's a proven fact. Exercise does the same thing. You will feel 10,000 times better about yourself if you're eating healthy and you're exercising. Okay? And then find something that you love and do it, right? Don't just sit around being lonely and bored. I have no friends. This is miserable. Go find some. You're a likable person. Go out and do something that you love. Other people love what you do. You just need to find them. Right? There's clubs for everything. In our Noblesville library, they have clubs for coding. They have clubs for robotics. They have clubs for Dungeons and Dragons or something like that, whatever that, there's some game or something out there. There's Pokemon clubs. There is literally clubs and groups of people that meet up for everything. Find them. Connect with them. Do the things that you like to do. Join a dance group, join a drama club, right? Get involved maybe in your place of religious worship, right? At your church or in your synagogue or your youth group or wherever you're at, okay? Like, find something that you love and do it, okay? That will make you feel good, right? When you find things that you love to do and you connect with people that you like doing it with, that makes you feel good. All right, now there are things that will also impact your self-esteem that you can't necessarily control. So we're going to go through those quickly. So things that will affect you positively is being loved, being praised and listened to, being respected, okay? Things that you can control, putting forth your best effort in school, sports, or other activity. When you're putting forth your best effort, you'll feel better about yourself, okay? When you know that the people at home love you and support you and are there for you, that helps improve your self-esteem, right? Not just being praised for good grades or praised for good athletic, but being praised for your effort at things. Like, I know you're trying your best and I really appreciate that, right? Being listened to. When you have a problem, having someone that you can talk to, whether it's a teacher or a good friend or a grandparent or parent, brother or sister, feeling like there's someone that actually listens to you is really important. And that goes the same way with being respected. All right, things that can negatively impact is feeling unloved, being criticized, being beaten or verbally abused, neglected, failure, being teased. Sometimes being expected to be perfect can make you look negatively on yourself, because everyone thinks that you should be getting 100% on everything, and then when you get a 90, you feel like a failure, even though you're not. And that can make you feel bad. That can negatively impact your self-esteem. And then when you're not trying your best, when you're giving half effort, you start to feel bad about yourself. Like, I'm not getting anything done. I'm not really working hard. I don't really care, right? That kind of leads to just not feeling good. So obviously all of these things are going to play into those roles too. And sometimes you can't help those. Sometimes the family that you live with or the family that you've been born into isn't the most loving, and sometimes they can criticize or they are abusive at home. You need to find someone, if this is happening, the abuse, you need to find someone and talk with them, okay? But when things are negatively impacting your self-esteem, you can work on these 7 things that we already talked about, ways to raise your self-esteem, and that can definitely help. But if anything's getting too hard or something's getting really bad, finding a safe person, a grandparent, a teacher, a counselor to talk with is extremely important. So don't let those things go unnoticed. If something at home is really amiss, not going well, is really affecting you in a negative way, you need to let someone know, okay? And our last definition is emotions. Feelings or reactions to a situation that can affect your body or mind. Okay, so anger, sadness, it's how you feel or how you react to what goes on around you. And it can play a role not just in your body, but also with your mind. It can lower your self-esteem. Feeling happy can raise your self-esteem, right? Feeling angry, you feel that in your body. Your face gets red, your palms might get sweaty, right? Or feeling anxious and nervous, you feel like sick to your stomach sometimes. So how you handle your emotions will also play a role in how you feel about yourself. Okay, wrap up questions. What are 3 things that can have a positive effect on a person's self-esteem? 3 things that can have a negative effect on a person's self-esteem? And how can you improve your self-esteem? And we just went through all of those things. All right. That's it for today. So get the notes done, take the quiz, and I will come back at you with another video tomorrow. I know you're excited. All right, bye.